Presence of mind. Ability to act quickly and calmly. He showed presence of mind during the emergency. Presence of mind. Ability to act quickly in difficulty. His presence of mind saved lives during the accident. Present, information. Give information formally. The scientist presented her findings at the conference. Present, opportunity. Opportunity becomes possible. A chance to collaborate presented itself during the seminar. Presentation, appearance. The way something is arranged. The product's presentation on the shelf influence sales. Press, persuade. Try hard to persuade someone. The teacher pressed the students to submit their assignments on time. Press charges. Officially complain in court. The victim decided to press charges against the offender. Press on. Continue determinedly. Despite setbacks, they pressed on with the expedition. Pressure, force. The force produced when pressing something. The pressure applied to the hydraulic system lifted the heavy machinery. Presumption. Belief without proof. There was a presumption that the data was accurate, but it had not been verified. Prevail. To get control or influence. Justice prevailed after the lengthy court case. Preventive. Action intended to stop something before it happens. Vaccination is a preventive measure against many infectious diseases. Prey. An animal hunted by another. The eagle caught its prey in the early morning. Prime, main. Most important. The prime objective of the mission was to collect accurate data. Principle, moral rule. Rule or belief guiding behavior. He refused to cheat on principle. Print, letters. Words or numbers produced on paper. The newspaper print was clear and easy to read. Privileged, opportunity. Having special opportunity. She felt privileged to attend the Nobel lecture. Proceed to do STH. Do something after finishing another. After reviewing the data, the team proceeded to write the report. Proceedings, legal. Legal action against someone. The court proceedings lasted 3 weeks. Proceedings, written record. Written record of actions. Meeting proceedings were circulated to all staff. Procession. Line moving slowly in ceremony. A procession of cars followed the parade route. Produce. Food grown or made to sell. The market sells fresh local produce. Profound, feeling. Very strong feeling. He felt a profound sadness after the loss of his mentor. Profound, understanding. Shows intelligence or ability to understand. Her profound understanding of genetics impressed the panel. Profound, very great. Very great or serious. The earthquake had a profound impact on the city. Profoundly. In a profound way. The speech profoundly changed public opinion. Progress, continue. Continue gradually. The patient progressed steadily during physical therapy. Prominent, easy to see. Very easy to notice. The prominent landmark could be seen from miles away. Prompt SB to do STH. Make someone decide to act. The sudden storm prompted residents to evacuate the area. Propaganda. Often false information to influence people. The regime spread propaganda to manipulate public opinion. Prosecute. Officially accuse someone of a crime. The government decided to prosecute the company for environmental violations. Prosecution. When someone is prosecuted. The prosecution presented compelling evidence against the defendant. Prosecutor. Lawyer who prosecutes people. The prosecutor questioned the witnesses thoroughly. Prospect, idea. The idea of something happening. The prospect of a new vaccine raised hopes globally. Prosper. Do well, especially financially. Small businesses can prosper with proper support and planning. Protagonist. Main character in story. The protagonist of the novel overcame numerous challenges. Prove yourself. Show you are good at something. The young athlete wanted to prove herself in the national competition. Proverb. A famous phrase or sentence which gives advice. The proverb "a stitch in time saves 9" illustrates how early action can prevent larger problems. Provide for make plans. To make plans in order to deal with possible future events. Families often provide for unexpected medical expenses by having health insurance. Province. One of the large areas which some countries are divided into for administrative purposes. Canada is divided into provinces, such as Ontario and British Columbia, each with its own local government. Provincial. Relating to or typical of the provinces. Provincial customs in rural France often differ from those in Paris. Provocation. When someone causes anger or irritation intentionally. Verbal provocation in a debate can escalate conflict between participants. Provoke. To cause a strong, often angry reaction in someone. Certain chemical exposures can provoke allergic reactions in sensitive individuals. Proximity. When something is near to something else in space or time. The proximity of a magnet to iron filings causes them to align along magnetic field lines. Psychiatrist. A doctor trained in psychiatry. Psychiatrists can diagnose and treat mental health disorders such as depression and schizophrenia. Pull a muscle. To injure a muscle by overstretching. Athletes may pull a muscle during training. Pull a muscle. To injure a muscle by overstretching it. Athletes may pull a muscle in the hamstring during sprinting exercises. Pull strings, idiom. To secretly use personal influence to achieve something. Some managers pull strings to secure better positions for favored employees. Pull strings, idiom. To secretly use the influence that you have over important people to get something or to help someone. He pulled strings to secure funding for his research project. Pull your weight, idiom. To work as hard as others in a group or team. Team sports require each player to pull their weight for successful outcomes. Pull your weight, idiom. To work as hard as other people in a group. All team members were expected to pull their weight during the field expedition. Purpose, intention. The feeling of knowing what one wants to do. Students with a clear academic purpose tend to complete projects more efficiently. Pursuit. Trying to achieve a long-term plan, activity, or situation. The pursuit of renewable energy technologies has increased globally over the past decade. Pushy. Behavior that is unpleasantly forceful or insistent. Pushy advertising strategies can reduce customer trust in a brand. Put, say. To report or express words using specific phrasing. Scientists put their observations in precise terms in research papers. Put SB in their place, idiom. Show someone their proper rank. The manager put the arrogant employee in their place. Put SB in their place, idiom. To assertively let someone know they are not as important as they think. Senior researchers may put junior staff in their place to maintain lab discipline. Put SB on the spot, idiom. To ask a difficult or embarrassing question at a particular time. During peer review, reviewers may put scientists on the spot with challenging questions. Put SB on the spot, idiom. To ask someone a question which is difficult or embarrassing to answer at that time. The chairperson put the intern on the spot during the seminar. Put SB to death. To kill someone as punishment. Capital punishment is used to put convicted criminals to death in some countries. Put SB to death. To kill someone as a legal punishment. Certain countries have historically put criminals to death for capital offenses. Put SB first. To consider someone or something to be the most important thing. She always put the accuracy of her measurements first. Put SB first. To prioritize someone or something as the most important. Doctors put patient safety first when making medical decisions. Put STH aside, problem. To ignore a problem or disagreement to achieve a goal. Engineers often put aside minor software bugs to meet project deadlines. Put STH to one side. To set something aside for later use or consideration. Researchers put theoretical models to one side while testing practical experiments. Put STH to one side. To not use or deal with something now, but keep it for a later time. The researcher put the old dataset to one side to focus on the new experiment. Put your feet up, idiom. To relax, especially with legs elevated. After completing a long lab experiment, scientists often put their feet up and rest. Put your finger on STH, idiom. To understand exactly why a situation is the way it is. He could not put his finger on why the reaction failed. Put your finger on STH, idiom. To understand exactly why a situation is as it is. Scientists put their finger on the exact cause of the chemical imbalance in lab experiments. Put your foot down, idiom. To tell someone strongly what they must do or stop doing. Teachers put their foot down to prevent students from cheating on exams. Put your foot in it, idiom. To say something silly or embarrassing unintentionally. Saying the wrong chemical formula aloud can make a student put their foot in it during class. Puzzle, situation. A situation that is very difficult to understand. Quantum entanglement remains a puzzle that continues to challenge physicists. Quaint. Attractively unusual in an old-fashioned way. Some quaint laboratory instruments are preserved in science museums. Qualification, skills. The skills or qualities needed to perform a job or task. Laboratory technicians require specific qualifications in chemistry or biology. Quarter, part of town. A part of a town, often with a distinct community or feature. The scientific district is a quarter of the city where many laboratories are located. Quest. An attempt to achieve something difficult or important. Researchers' quest for a cure for malaria has spanned decades. Questionable, not certain. Something that is possibly untrue or incorrect. Early experimental results were questionable and required further verification. Questionable, not honest. Something that is not honest or legal. Falsified data is considered highly questionable in scientific research. Quotation, cost. An estimated cost for a piece of work. The lab requested a quotation for new spectrometry equipment. Quotation, phrase. A sentence or phrase from a book, poem, or play. The paper included a quotation from Darwin to support evolutionary theory. Quote, cost. To provide how much a piece of work will cost. The contractor quoted $5,000 for building a laboratory bench. Quote, cost, verb. To state the estimated price of a piece of work before starting. The supplier quoted the cost of chemicals before delivery. Quote, repeat. To repeat someone else's words accurately in speech or writing. Scientists quote prior studies to support their methodology. Racist. Beliefs that treat other races as inferior. Racist ideologies have no place in scientific collaboration. Racist, noun. A person who believes their race is superior to others. Racist individuals can disrupt teamwork in research environments. Racket, noise. A loud noise. Construction sites often produce a racket that can be heard for several blocks. Radical, beliefs. Believing that there should be big social and political changes. Radical scientists sometimes propose revolutionary theories that challenge conventional wisdom. Radical, noun. Someone who supports big social and political changes. The radical advocated for major environmental reforms in government policy. Rage, continue. To continue with great force or violence. The wildfire raged through the forest, destroying habitats in its path. Rage, speak. To speak or behave in a very angry way. The scientist raged against colleagues who misrepresented the data. Raid, police, noun. A sudden visit to a place by police to find someone or something. The police conducted a raid on the laboratory suspected of illegal activities. Raid, police, verb. To suddenly visit a place to find someone or something. Authorities raided the warehouse to uncover counterfeit chemicals. Raid, soldiers, noun. A sudden attack on a place by soldiers. Historical records describe a raid by cavalry that seized enemy supplies. Raid, soldiers, verb. To suddenly attack a place. Troops raided the fortress at dawn to capture strategic positions. Rail, for supporting, noun. A bar around or along something to hold for support. Handrails along staircases help prevent falls in buildings. Raise hopes, fears, doubts, etc. Verb. To cause emotions or thoughts. The discovery of a new vaccine raised hopes among medical researchers. Raise the alarm. To warn someone of danger. The monitoring system raised the alarm when radiation exceeded safe limits. Raise the alarm, verb. To warn someone of a dangerous situation. Residents raised the alarm when they noticed smoke coming from the laboratory. Rally, meeting, noun. A large public meeting in support of something. A scientific rally was held to advocate for increased research funding. Rally, race, noun. A car or motorcycle race. The Formula One rally attracted thousands of spectators to the track. Range, distance, noun. The distance from which things can be seen, heard, or reached. Radio waves have a range that allows communication over several kilometers. Rash, adjective. Done suddenly and without thinking carefully. A rash decision in a chemical experiment can cause accidents. Rash, a noun. A group of small, red spots on the skin. Exposure to certain plants can cause a rash on the skin. React against STH. To act in a way opposite to something seen or experienced. Plants often react against sudden changes in light by adjusting leaf orientation. Read, signs, the verb. To look at signs and understand them. Experienced hikers can read the signs of weather changes in the sky. Read, noun. The act of reading something. The scientist enjoyed a thorough read of the latest journal articles. Read between the lines. To understand implied meaning. Experts read between the lines of the policy document. Read between the lines, idiom. To understand what someone really means or what is happening. Reading between the lines, the report suggested the experiment was flawed. Readiness, prepared, noun. When someone is prepared for something. The lab's readiness for inspections ensured compliance with safety regulations. Reading, event, noun. An event at which someone reads to an audience. The university hosted a reading of recent scientific publications. Readjust, change behavior, verb. To change in order to deal with a new situation. Workers readjusted their procedures after the introduction of new lab equipment. Realistically, accepting facts, adverb. In a way that shows acceptance of true facts. Researchers realistically assessed the limitations of their study. Realization, achieving, noun. When you achieve something wanted. The realization of a functional prototype marked a breakthrough in the project. Realm, noun. An area of knowledge, interest, experience, or activity. Astrophysics is a complex realm of scientific inquiry. Reap the benefits, profits, rewards. To get something good by working hard for it. Students reap the benefits of rigorous practice in laboratory experiments. Reasoning, noun. The process of thinking to make a decision. Logical reasoning is essential for forming valid scientific hypotheses. Reassurance, noun. Something said to stop someone worrying. The supervisor gave reassurance about the safety of the chemical procedures. Receptive. Willing to think about and accept new ideas. A receptive mind allows scientists to explore unconventional theories. Recharge your batteries, idiom. To rest and regain energy. Short recovery periods allow researchers to recharge their batteries and maintain accuracy. Recharge your batteries, idiom, verb. To rest and feel energetic again. After a long field study, researchers recharged their batteries during a weekend break. Reckless. Doing something dangerous without caring about consequences. Reckless handling of flammable materials can cause severe accidents. Reckon on STH, doing STH. To think something will happen and plan for it. Engineers reckon on equipment failure when designing backup systems. Reckon with STH. To consider the importance of something when planning. Project managers reckon with potential delays when scheduling experiments. Recognition, accept. When you accept that something is true or real. Recognition of climate change evidence is essential for policy development. Recognition, honor, noun. When someone gets praise, respect, or thanks. The scientist received recognition for her groundbreaking research on genetics. Recognition, know, noun. When you know something or someone from experience. Facial recognition technology allows computers to identify individuals accurately. Recollect, verb. To remember something. Elderly participants recollect past environmental conditions in historical studies. Recollection, noun. When you remember something. Her recollection of historical climate data helped the team model past weather patterns. Reconcile, make agree, a verb. To make two different ideas, beliefs, or situations agree or coexist. Researchers reconciled conflicting data from two separate studies on gene expression. Reconcile yourself to STH. To accept a situation although you do not like it. Scientists had to reconcile themselves to the delay in their experiment due to equipment failure. Reconstruct, past event, verb. To create a description of a past event using all available information. Archaeologists reconstructed the ancient settlement from fragments of pottery and tools. Reconstruction, past event, noun. When you create a description of a past event using all information. The reconstruction of the volcanic eruption helped explain the destruction patterns.